are you telling me, I'm be blunt with this now, that you don't think Tiger Woods could teach you how to play golf better than what you currently do? Or you're not saying it for certain, you're saying he might not be able to.
Yes, that's exactly. I'm not saying for certain. I'm just saying that he might not be able to. Look at Gary Neville, unreal right back. But he was an absolutely garbage manager.
Start from scratch was September 2020, and
hold on. I can't see it. Fuck yeah, it is recording. Sorry. Normally I get a notification at work. It says it's been recorded, but there we are. That's fine.
We're going to leave that as it is because that just completely summarises you for everybody. The reason it's taken so long is we needed a break. Season 1 went really well for us, and ever since that, we've said, right, Josh, we've got a lot of stuff going on in our lives. It's time for you to take over the reins. And he's gone, yeah, fine, I'll do it. So 3 years later.
It's not 3 years later.
Well, September 2020, and we're really close to 3 years. It's the best part of 3 years.
We've had COVID since that, in between that.
We did it. We started the podcast during COVID.
Listen, mate, I've had time. I've been trying to prioritise my golf game, and you'll be seeing results this season. I'll tell you that.
We're going to come onto your golf game. Don't worry about that. That's the whole reason we're starting again.
Okay.
One thing, some sad news. We are moving forward without Eddie. There was a disagreement between Josh and Eddie. We had to choose one or the other, and that's the end of Eddie. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I think people were sick of hearing about him talk about how he played for Anglesey in North Wales in golf. So, yeah, we decided to keep the banter.
No, I'm messing. Eddie's got a lot of stuff going on as well. He's doing well. He will be coming in and out, but he can't commit every week. So I decided I can't just take on Josh by myself. He's too big of a challenge. So this week we've got our older brother. So we are 4 boys. Liam, me, Josh, 2 men, 2 boys, and the last one, Jack. Liam is more like me, sensible, not stupid. I don't really know what to say because I'm comparing him to Josh and Jack. So Liam's joining us today as well.
He is worth noting, actually, to be fair. Historically, just because of the work he's put in between the last few episodes we've been recording, he is officially the best golfer the Griffiths family has ever seen on paper. In terms of handicap.
Yeah, he is.
That's worth noting. But that is as far as it goes for my compliments on him, or either of you three for that matter.
Well, we actually better say here as well that there's serious, I don't know what you'd call it. There's competition between Jack and Liam. And I want to touch on that as well. Because Jack thinks he's good, but he's not. He's not.
Well, let's get Liam to introduce himself first, from his own words.
Evening, guys.
Fuck me.
I was waiting for the...
No, that's his going, mate.
No, good evening, guys. Nice to finally be invited onto the podcast.
This is your second appearance, actually. You appeared on the quiz.
No, he didn't. Because we tried our best to keep Liam and Jack out of it.
Yeah, but we let Shart on it, so...
Yeah, that's true, yeah. And that was a mistake.
That was
probably the least viewed episode of the first season, which I think we should mention. We decided to stop right when it was getting kind of small time popular. We'd reached 10,000 downloads. We had 500 downloads a week, and then we decided to take a break. But the break was meant to be...
Fame got to our heads, didn't it?
Well, the break was meant to be like 2 months. And 2 months turned into the best out of 3 years, like I've said. I'm not going to keep going on about it, but there you go.
Yeah, you had a kid and that, didn't you? So
I've had 2 kids now.
2 kids.
In that time, I've had 2 kids.
We did, to be fair, we just interrupted Liam's introduction, so... Liam, carry on.
Well, how else do you want me to introduce myself, mate?
Did you even say your name?
No,
You've introduced me in that sense.
Yeah, but it's my friend to say it as well. What's your handicap index?
Okay, so my handicap index at the moment is 4.1. Working on getting that down.
I'm actually going to, in the meantime, whilst he's talking, I'm going to get his handicap index up. So I'm going to give you a bit of a
don't go through my latest scores.
No, not latest scores. To be fair, I'm going to give you, like I said, the only compliment I've got is the steady golf you've been playing over the past year.
Wait a second. We're not here to go through Liam's scores.
No, to be fair, I want to give some context as to the greatest, because...
No, I wouldn't. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We can do that.
I am. No, to those who are listening, to the very few that are listening, Liam, at the time of the recording the original 2020 or whatever it was, I don't think you were playing golf then, were you? Obviously, you played golf before, but what are you playing at 10?
I restarted golf during COVID. June 2020.
Basically, what he isn't saying is he restarted golf when he was listening to Start From Scratch.
Yeah. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, so start 2020, so just going to make this quick. 2020, his handicap index was 9.8. And now it is 4.1. That's impressive. On the contrary, I'm going to go on twists as well. Yeah. You carry on.
Yeah, but we're not doing that. If we're going to do that to anybody, it's going to be only you. Okay? So as I told you from the start, you're doing everything with the podcast, but you're not to intervene with the way it's structured. Okay, which you are right now. Right?
Is that your job, is it?
Yeah. So
your scores are horrible, by the way.
They have been, and they keep getting worse. It is what it is.
Crack on.
We are changing the way we do things slightly. So we had scratch golfers last time, and we're still going to have scratch golfers, but we're going to have more of an anybody kind of setup. So anyone who's into golf, who works in golf, who does something special in golf, anything and anybody. So that's how we're changing in that sense. And we're going to have different people on every week, and we'll go from there and see how it is.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool to notice, to mention that, again, in between the last time we finished recording and starting up again, a lot of our friends picked up the game of golf. And we had, it was a funny experience seeing new people start. And we just thought, me and Trish were thinking that it'd be nice to get not just the pinnacle of golf, people who have reached scratch and their opinions on golf, but people who are just starting and their opinions as well.
I'll tell you what is, on that note, funny and quite alarming, really, is those that have started golf in that period.
Yeah, they're better than you.
Well, they're either better than you, or the level difference is almost none.
I found...
I know what you're going to say.
What?
I know what you're going to say. You're going to say that ability-wise, they are okay close to you, but mentally, they're still nowhere near you.
Yeah, no, I'm going to stand... anyone. I'll take anyone mentally on. But they've not been plagued by YouTube yet. Wait till YouTube finds them. And then
mentally, you are strong.
Yeah.
For you to have played golf for this long and still be at the level of a complete novice is... I mean, I tip my hat to you.
Oh, well, is this going to be the segment where we talk about my golf? Because if it is, I've got a massive thing to say.
Just wait. Right. Just wait.
Okay, that's fine. Okay.
So, actually, let's do that. So, you tell us how your golf game has progressed, in your own opinion now, from 3 years ago. So, I just want to provide some background into this before you answer. We recorded, I think, if I'm not mistaken, 19 or 20 episodes with scratch golfers.
Yeah.
And every one of them tried to give you advice. And we got to a point where they weren't actually giving general people advice. They were just giving you advice on a weekly basis. Yeah? You had the likes of Dr. Carl Morris, Adrian Fryer, Matt Fryer, Matthew Totti, all these people.
To name a few, yeah.
So 3 years down the line, I want you to address the previous guests, and I want you to give them an update of how you progressed.
Well, progression-wise, there literally hasn't been any at all. Like, there's genuinely been no progression, and that's not. I hope they don't take that personally. I've ignored lessons from a lot of people over my short golfing career. So it's not a personal thing. It's just that I just feel like sometimes I'm better off on my own. And last year I guided myself to my first ever board comp win at my local club. That's 42 points. It was a Hall of Fame week in terms of what we've achieved as brothers at local golf club.
Okay, slow down. Wait a minute. That's a good point. I will make a note of the Hall of Fame week. You carry on with your general game progression.
Oh, so you weren't actually like saying that, as in making a note of it in a good way. You would actually just say, no, I want to make a note. We'll come back to it.
Yeah, just leave it with me. I'll bring it up. What I want from you is, how was your golf game progressed?
Yeah, but what that's what I mean, there isn't it? So what do you mean?
Are you any better?
I'm hitting it. I'm 20 yards longer.
No, you're not.
I am. I really am,
Liam, is he?
Shout out to Bry Long Drive, mate. I've been getting on those tips
20 yards longer the other way.
40 yards past you both now.
I honestly think Tiger Woods and Butch Harmon could try to coach you, and you would try to convince us that they're talking shit.
Tiger Woods might actually talk shit when it comes to teaching golf. Ronaldo might not be a good coach. Messi might not be a good coach. They're just cracking players.
Wow.
What's his name? Butch Harmon. Butch Harmon and his
what a
Claude.
take.
Yeah. No, but hey, Tiger Woods hasn't coached anyone yet.
Okay, Butch Harmon.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Butch probably. Yeah. It depends. If I'm not getting results instantly with what they're telling me, if it doesn't resonate with me on every molecular level in my body, it's hard. It's not a choice we not take it in. It's like, right, my mentality when it comes to lessons is like a locked door. If you've not got the right key,
it's a fucking joke.
If you've not got the right key to open the door, it's gonna stay shut. Okay. Not the door's fault.
Oh my God. Stop for a minute. Do you know what people say about Tiger Woods? Not about his achievements. Do you understand what people say about his understanding of the game of golf?
No.
Okay. They say that nobody understands how to swing a golf club more than Tiger Woods. So he understands every concept of the golf swing, of how to hit certain shots, how to shape the ball, how to take the ball off the ground, and how to do whatever you need to do with a golf ball. Are you telling me, I'm be blunt with this now, that you don't think Tiger Woods could teach you how to play golf better than what you currently do? Or you're not saying it for certain, you're saying he might not be able to?
Yes, that's exactly. I'm not saying for certain. I'm just saying that he might not be able to. Look at Gary Neville, unreal right back. But he was an absolutely garbage manager.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, of course.
Question time. As you've alluded to, I've sort of come down a few shots since I started three years ago. In that space of time, I've probably had about 4 or 5 golf lessons.
Yeah.
These are from professional PGA, qualified coaches. Now, when they tell me what to do or what they think I'm doing wrong, I put a lot of faith in what they're telling me, because they wouldn't have the qualifications that they have if they were, talking rubbish. And the proof's in the pudding. My handicap's come down, so...
But you could also argue that the proof's in the pudding with my game.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
At what point?
Again, that's nothing against the coaches. They're all brilliant coaches. I'm just
you've also seen various coaches. Some of them the same coaches that I've seen.
Matty Totti, shout out, brilliant.
Now, I
shout out.
Wasn't going to name him because I don't know if he'd be too happy to associate himself with you.
Well, hey, we went out for record. Matt, Totti said I went to see him a few times, and my game got better with him, but I didn't carry on because of work commitments.
No, you just reverted back to what you think is best, and that is trying to hit the ball as far as you can.
Yeah, and I said 20 yards longer.
And actually, because this is like no holds barred, this is just an honest podcast.
This is brothers talk, isn't it?
Yeah, this is brothers talk.
Get the mics.
Didn't you tell me, Liam and Jack then?
Yeah.
That you weren't going to listen to Totti anymore?
No.
Yes, you did.
That's completely fabricated. Like, what I might have said was that I'm not going to listen to anyone anymore. I found it now anyway. So, just to put it out there on the record, we're recording this episode. It'll be on the 8th of June. I've got a medal comp. What's it called? Gladys Cup. Gladys Cup. It's also the club champs this weekend, which would be the what?
Unfortunately, Josh
8-9
qualified to play the club champs.
Yes, we have index of 9. I missed out.
Not even if we gave him double his handicap.
No.
What is your handicap? What is
it? Index 18 on the dot. So it's not bad. Gets me about 20 shots.
Yeah, that's actually not.
It's not as bad. I think I was off 23 at the time.
Okay, I'm going to give you a gift, and I'm going to let you. And I won't interrupt you. Liam might, but I won't interrupt you whilst you're talking us through your Hall of Fame golf week, because I know everybody, anyone who's actually bothered to download or listen to this episode is going to want to know about that. So go ahead.
Okay. So basically, it was middle of last year. It was on July, wasn't it? Was it August? No, it was August. It was August. It was. So in our local golf club, we Al James, very good friend of ours.
You're not going to show. You're going to say shout out to Bulby.
Yeah, I just said shout out. Shout out. Oh, they know Bulby. Shout out Bulby and Al James. He used to do a Friday night comp. So you'd rock up, and you play 10 holes. You'd walk off the 10th, and you have a pint, and then it'd just be whoever higher scores would take. You'd pay like, was it £3?
Yeah.
Was it £3? And you rocked. So anyway, rocked up, and I won the Friday comp with 23 points, something like that. That's not on record, because it was just whatever. Rocked up on the Saturday, won on a yellow tee comp with 41 points. So won that, so I went win-win. Had a week break, and then played. Sorry. So won the Friday, won the Saturday, played in a team comp on the Sunday, and literally me and my friend Rayon, we carried Jack, our other brother, and Harvey, our friend, to third place. So I went first, third team comp, break of a week. Thought, wow, that was a great weekend. I was saying it was a Hall of Fame weekend. None of my brothers were having it. They were like, no, mate, you just had a good weekend. It wasn't Hall of Fame. That irked me. Honestly, that irked me. That got my back up. So what did I do? I rock up the next Saturday on a board comp, smashing 42 points, broke 85, and took the deb home. And then it went back up, my handicap. It came drastically down and obviously went back up. But that was a Hall of Fame week for me. I don't think there's any dispute in that either, to be honest.
Okay, not interfering then was harder than I thought it was going to be. So
why? What's the dispute on that?
Credit where it's due. I do think you should have mentioned that the 23 points was in a 10-hole comp.
I did.
Oh, sorry.
This guy's right next to me. He's not even listening.
No, actually, it was worth making a point because people are used to those scores from 18 holes from you. So
yeah, fair enough. But like I said, I made that clear. 10-hole comp, win. 18-hole comp, yellow tees, win. Team comp, third. Podium finish. Week, next comp, board comp means something. My name's on the clubhouse. No matter what happens, if I retire tomorrow, my name, is going to be in that clubhouse for the foreseeable. Jack's is not.
Yeah, just use the time now to stir some shit and make your point about board comps with the brothers.
Yeah, so Liam is on the board on a number of boards in the golf club, haven't you? You won Captain's Day. What else have you won?
No, I think it's just Captain's Day.
Have you not won another one?
No, it's just once.
Tristan, was this after? What year did you win the Town Cup?
A long time ago.
2020.
2020.
Yeah, so I might have mentioned this on the podcast. That was an impressive golf clinic you put on over those 2 days, over 2 rounds and a medal.
Yeah, it was.
So that's the best win.
That's the highlight of my golf career. It's done, and I'm on a steady. Actually, I'm on a quick decline, and we never talk about my golf. So carry on.
Yeah,
make your point.
Come to that. My point being is, I did it over a whole week.
You make this point every time we're together, and you're not making the point now. Who's the only one of us?
Oh, yes, sorry, that's where I was going, wasn't it? Yeah. So yeah, basically, Tristan's on a board comp, Liam's on a board comp, I'm on a board comp, and Al James on a board comp. I can name a lot of people who are from Bull Bay. We don't go into there.
No.
Who are play at Bull Bay, who are all on a board comp. There's one person who's not, and that's Jack. Yeah. And he has got, arguably, there's no arguing about it, he's got the biggest ego of us all.
Yeah,
he also has the most talent.
Right, Liam.
Oh, yeah, okay. Alright, okay, let's move on.
He's here to rip him, but not rim him.
That is the jab at him, to be honest, because he has the most talent, but he does the least work.
Yeah, but the thing is, Liam, what you understand about people with big egos is they'll hear what they want to hear from what you just said. So he won't hear that as a jibe. He'll hear like, mate, I've got the most talent.
And technically, me and Josh, you don't know this, but me and Josh have got you on an hour-long interview, and we've just marked you down.
Yeah. Like, what is that? Anyway, back to your golf, Trist.
No. Okay, right. Josh, I want to ask you a question. I want you to answer me in percentage. Okay?
Okay.
So, the question is, how much nonsense would you say you talk when you're talking golf? I have a percentage in my head. Liam, I want you to think of your percentage, and you just tell me how much of what comes out of your mouth
is purposefully nonsense.
No. I think the general public or the general golfer feels that it's absolutely just fucking mental what you've just said.
I genuinely think that I genuinely don't think I talk any nonsense. Like 5-10%, something like that. I think
really?
I think a lot of golfers can relate to me. And higher handicappers in general.
I think Artur is closer to relating to you than general golf.
Is Christian's first born.
Yeah.
You didn't even introduce him.
2050 Masters winner.
No, well before that.
No, he'll need some time.
But I don't think what I chat up. Obviously, you guys disagree. What percentage do you think? Go on, Liam.
Well, Liam, how much? I think it's way over 50%.
Yeah, it's well better than I thought it was going to be. I'll take
easily that. Above. The thing about you though is when you talk golf, it
makes sense.
You make some sense. You're just not able to translate it into your own game.
Yeah. Do you know the amount of times I've had people sort of compliment my backswing? Not my backswing, my practice swing. And then just like, just passing. And then like, if they're far enough away when I actually hit the shot, I'll just hold the finish. So that they don't know I've just shanked on right into the bush. But it's, I don't know. Even I sometimes think that. I don't know.
Your swing is
beautiful.
No.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. If you were a fisherman, it would be a lovely cast. Because that's the way you swing a golf club, as if you were casting a rod.
I've changed that though.
It's like you never finish the swing, man. It's.
Listen, I'm going to let my golf do the talking for the rest of the season.
The point I was getting to was, there's a member at your club, James True. Yeah.
JT, yeah.
JT, he thinks you chat complete shit.
Yeah, well, it's pot kettle black with him. I can tell you that right now. It is pot kettle black with that guy. I will argue till I'm like blue in the face.
Yeah, wait a minute. I want to see where this goes, because I only met him fairly recently, or only got to speak to him properly fairly recently. Yeah. I could hear in him, although he quite obviously loves you, there's just something in him that has got really...
so weird. Honestly, it's so weird. There's like a mix of like pure hatred and then a cross with like unreal sexual tension between us both. Like he'll attest to that himself. No, honestly, all jokes. I love JT, but when it comes to golf course talk, we're sworn enemies. Like, we're gonna have a scratch match. What's he off now, Liam?
I think he gets about 14, 15 shots.
Yeah, so he probably gets about 4 shots on me. I'm gonna scratch match him, and we said we'd donate. The loser has to donate money to charity, and we're gonna set that up, and that's gonna be documented, and you'll see.
Yeah, here's a suggestion.
Open to it.
We talked to JT, and we aim to put that at the end of the summer. So we've got enough time to stir shit between the two of you.
Yeah.
But the things he says about you when you're not there.
Oh yeah, it would be behind my back, yeah. Yeah, of course it would be. No one can say it to my face, like.
So you're saying for certain that you think he's full of shit?
Yeah, like, that's not, for probably those who from Bull Bay who are listening, that's not news to them.
Do they all think he's full of shit?
Oh yeah. 100%. Al James, John Bingham, Liam, anyone, they know JT chats out the crack.
I did see him on the course the other day when I played with Liam, and he was wearing and I did say I'd bring it up, but he was wearing a shocking outfit.
He does, doesn't he? He wears a neon yellow polo.
Yeah, with pink shorts.
Pink shorts. That's his Tiger outfit, to be fair. Every Saturday he wears it. It wasn't the thing. So the bet is now is a scratch match between me and James True. The original bet, and it came last summer, I think. Mark Williams, a guy at the club, I don't know if you'll actually mind me naming him there, he has a video of us both recording this bet, and it was the first person out of both of us to get down to single figures. The loser pays £100 charity, like we have done in the other one.
Okay, where's that video?
We'll have to ask Mark to get it. But the point I'm making is that then got changed to the scratch match after we both NR'd a couple of weeks ago. We both looked at each other like on our own in the clubhouse and like, should we change this bet because we're not fucking getting that single figure. So that's where we're at on that one. But you know, it is what it is. It's you know, it's like couple Perettis on the balcony, the competitive juices start flowing and anything comes out.
I just found it interesting because I was thinking, there's something in this. There's a rivalry here, and I want to explore that.
I'm willing to take on all challenges, not just JT either, by the way.
Yeah, don't you have 100% record of losing to all the guests you've played?
I only played one, so yeah, I guess yeah. Dave Clay lost. Dave Clay.
And did you lose?
It was like 1-up, something like that.
I bet you lost. Yeah, so you got 100% losing.
If you want to narrow it down to an actual result, yeah, I lost, I suppose.
Okay, well I did.
But like I say, we go on.
Yeah. Right, we're gonna every week now. We're gonna have something new, and it's a quiz. I'm gonna think of quiz questions, and we're gonna put them in. So, Josh, just
I actually want to ask, because we'll do this going forward.
Yeah.
Who wins the scratch match, Leah?
Oh, that's a tough one actually. I'm
gonna back you. I'm gonna back you for it.
Look,
I love JT. JT. No offense.
I'm not gonna give my prediction. Not for a while.
You can't do that, Liam. You've got.
I'm gonna see how it goes.
You can change your opinion.
No, I'm just gonna hold it
until the event. So, Liam, you're going for me.
I'm gonna go for Josh.
Reason?
I think mentally you've played more bad golf than him, so the crowd will not faze you. Yeah. JT the other week was on the 18th green.
Yeah, yes, he was, yeah. yeah, he was, yeah. Yeah, he was.
What happened?
And he had a bit of a crowd. He was just off the green. About 20 foot?
Yeah.
And he pulled his putter out, and we were all on the balcony watching him. He didn't really like it. He actually stalled from taking his shot.
Yeah.
Trying to get us to go inside the clubhouse, and we refused. And he must have been, after his putt, he was further than 20 feet away. but then proceeded, and luckily for him, he putted it closer to us. Yeah. He was directly beneath the balcony. And then put it pretty much back in the same position.
Yeah. It was enough time for him. So, yeah, that's why I get the edge there.
Okay, quiz time.
Let's go.
It's you two, and obviously anyone who's listening, give it a go. Right, there's 5 questions. Some of these are based on the British Open, because technically, nobody cares about the US Open. So once that one's out of the way, British Open.
Whoa, you can't be offending our American listeners of that, mate. Have we got any?
1, maybe.
Well, he's not listening anymore, is he?
Right, number 1. 2 golfers have been number 1 in the world.
Pause. Is it first to answer?
It's first to answer.
Okay.
And basically, if there's any rules we're unsure of, it's just what I say goes. Okay? Yeah. 2 golfers have been number 1 in the world without winning a major. Who are they?
Oh, John Rahm. No, it's Luke Donald and Lee Westwood.
Yeah, that was such a ridiculous guess. That was...
Yeah, John Rahm. John Rahm has just won the Masters. Oh, hold on, I know
2 majors. John Rahm's got 2 majors.
Yeah, I know, but he's just won the Masters, so that should be fresh. I think I know where Liam was going, though. Liam was thinking John Rahm was number 1 without winning a major, but that's also not true.
He won the USPGA.
Yeah, but that's not what Tristan's asking.
You mean, was it Scotty? No, the answer is Joshua said Luke Donald and Lee Westwood.
Yeah, I think, to be fair, the viewers might be split on that one because of the way you worded the question, but that's Liam, that's not my fault. I got it right anyway.
As I said, on your side. My rules.
So what did he mean?
Yeah. What?
So what did he mean?
Hang on, wait a second. We're on question 2 now. Right. Who are the last 2 winners of Opens at Hoylake?
Rory McIlroy and Tiger Woods. 2014 and 2006.
Yeah, you're just being smashed at this.
Listen, I live and breathe golf. And I don't mean live L-I-V, I mean L-I-V-E.
Josh could take the win with 3 points. Next question now. You're only allowed to guess once.
Okay, pint on this, by the way, on Saturday.
Okay. So you can't just go and just give me the numbers now. Okay?
Yeah.
Your first guess is your guess. Right.
Okay.
How many players compete at the Open typically?
157.
100.
Josh, was that a guess?
Yes.
It's 156.
Get in. So that's a pint. That's you owe me a Peretti on Saturday.
Right, one juice.
Let's see if we can get 5 for 5. Come on.
Okay. 4. Where was the first round of golf of under 70 played?
St Andrews?
Yeah, it was. And it was by young Tom Morris in 1868.
I was going to say that.
When he shot 69. Are you genuinely you don't get anything from anywhere?
No, I knew the Hoylake ones and I knew the first question, but I completely guessed 157 and I just assumed it would be St Andrews, oldest course and all that.
Right. To the nearest 0.5,000.
0.5, so 500?
Yeah, to the nearest 500. I was reading the question.
What a weird way to say 0.5,000. What?
Yeah. Well, I got that from
Quiz Place. You can't donate, mate. Big fan.
To the nearest 500.
I'll let Liam go first.
What is the longest course in the world?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, Liam, it's got to be a links course, isn't it?
Do you understand the concept of guess?
He's not educated. He's not guessing educatedly. And
Pebble Beach.
You messed that one up. Pebble Beach.
He said it's based around the Open.
Yeah, no, well, this one isn't.
Disclaimer then. Fucking hell. Oops, your language. Longest golf course in the world, I'm going to guess, is somewhere, yardage-wise, somewhere like Wolf Creek.
Okay, no, it's not. You never got it. But you've misunderstood the question again. To the nearest 500,000 on the to the nearest 500.
Yes.
What's the longest course in the world?
Oh yeah.
So it's not where is the course.
Oh right. Okay.
That was our fault.
7,900 yards.
You're going to get to the nearest 500 as well. Wow, it's quite generous. I'm going to go 7,800.
Okay, Liam wins. 8,548 yards, Jade Dragon Snow Mountain in Lijiang, China.
What's that, par then? Par what?
I didn't get that bit.
Might have been worth it for the viewers. I did well there.
Yeah, you done, was that 4 out of 5?
Yeah, and quick as well.
Yeah, it was quite good. Fair play.
Did you know any of them before you?
I knew the last two winners at Hoylake because Hoylake is the opener I try and go to every time. I would have guessed Luke and Lee, but I wouldn't have known any of the others.
Well, my golf IQ unmatched till next week. And lucky Liam, pint on you.
Right, time to get on something gritty now. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, I'm going to take a step back on this one because genuinely, with stuff going on this week, I don't actually know. Other than the fact that the headline is Live Golf, PGA and DP World Tour are to merge, that's it. That's all I know. So I'm going to hand over to you and you tell me what's going on.
Liam, do you want to weigh in first or do you want me to weigh in first? Because I know you're an advocate for Liv.
I know we've got...
Actually, it might be interesting for people to know, actually, Liam's just touched upon that. Me and Josh are what I would call like socialists. So we're a little more aligned in our way of thinking than Liam. Jack is just completely random. Jack basically just chooses.
No, Jack's not a socialist. He's thick, isn't he? So I don't know.
Liam, me and Josh constantly in some sort of disagreement. Whether it's me and Liam against Josh, Josh and Liam against me, or whatever the other one was. Yeah. So go on anyway, carry on. So
I'm gonna just say right now, Liam will probably disagree with me. I don't know. He's been trying to get a rise at me all day on WhatsApp. Liv is not merging with the PGA Tour and the DP World Tour for the start. That's a common misconception. Saying Liv is going to merge with the PGA Tour is like saying Newcastle United is going to merge with the PGA Tour. PIF, they own Liv. They are the main investors for Liv. Or own it, I can't remember what it is. But they are now becoming the new investors, the primary investors for this new for-profit unnamed entity, which is going to include the PGA Tour and the DP World Tour, and possibly players that have gone from PGA Tour to Liv. But they'll need to reapply for their memberships, which is why it's talk of penalty. Liv has got nothing to do with this new entity. Take the players away, nothing to do with it.
So what happens to Live Golf?
Hopefully, as Rory says, mate, it goes away. Nah, jokes. I don't particularly like Live. I don't, just because of the pure format of it. 54 holes, I don't know. It's not for me. Liam obviously disagrees. I know he's itching to weigh in on this.
Go on, Liam. From your perspective, what's happening?
I don't particularly agree with Liv in the sense that I'm not a fan of the 54-hole structure. What I will say is, throughout the entirety of the Liv PGA Tour fiasco, I've always been pro-golf, and Liv is the catalyst to the change that's needed in golf. Good or bad. And it's been proven. And whether you like it or not, Liv, ultimately, even though we've had a period of disagreements, there's been a lot of hostility in the golfing opinions, Liv has ultimately been good for golf.
So is Liv part of this merger then? Or is it like Josh says, the Saudi Arabian money?
Look, Liv was funded or is funded by the Saudi Arabian Public Investment Fund. Now, as far as I'm concerned, Liv was just a vessel for them to get their foot into the golfing world.
Yeah.
So if Liv goes away, you know, for me it's the same people that want to get their foot in the door, and
yeah,
there may not be Liv anymore, but I don't think they care.
Is there any? I think one of the issues I had with Liv was the ego-centric type of approach they took. The way they thought they were changing golf, when you could argue that the actual idea has changed golf, and I'd agree with that. But the actual product, in my opinion, was really shit.
Yeah.
That what you watched, what you saw, the way it was all fake and like dramatic. But what happens to the likes of Greg Norman? Because he is an issue, in my opinion. He's Liv, I think, would have a better standing without the likes of Greg Norman. And I'm not being funny. If Patrick Reed is one of your what would you say, sort of
Starman.
Not starman. He's sort of like he's a role model for Liv. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is.
Advocate. Yeah.
He's alive. Fucking hell. He's not going to come out looking like roses in the public eye. So if just the idea of the PIF is working alongside PGA, that's a better setup in my opinion.
Well, PIF needed someone to make enough noise to send shockwaves down the PGA Tour. And that's what, goal accomplished. They got Greg Norman on there, who nobody likes. They got Patrick Reed. I don't think anybody foresaw them getting Bryson, Cam Smith and Brooks. And DJ. But they've achieved what they set out to do, which was rock the boat. I think everyone deep down knew, including PIF, that the PGA Tour can do Live Golf better than Live Golf can do Live Golf.
Yeah, they've disclaimer, to be fair, is I'd agree that Live wasn't a good product, but it's been leveraged to get themselves a seat at the broader global golf table, if you'd like. And they've made Jay Monahan the CEO of this new unnamed entity rather than Greg Norman. So I think that tells you something about what they think their plans are. And also Rory and Tiger were very vocal about the fact, and Jay Monahan, that they want Greg Norman to have nothing to do with it going forward. So I can't see how he'll be a part of it, to be honest.
Who, Greg Norman or...
Greg Norman.
The same should, from what I've read briefly, the same should happen to Jay Monahan.
Yeah, I agree. I was saying this to Osh on the phone, my cousin. Part of me is like, there's no doubt about it, he's a massive hypocrite. You know, you go out on your shield, but then you've also got to think that you've got to be a certain type of person to do what he's done, and in the fashion that he's done it, and you've got to be that sort of person to be a CEO, to be a commissioner, and obviously that's why he is where he is, because he's not afraid to make sometimes daft, sometimes hard, sometimes good. But what you can agree on is that Liv wasn't a good product, but whatever comes out of this is going to be the best product we've probably ever seen in golf.
What I would challenge is, why did the PGA Tour feel a need to do this? Because I don't think there was ever any real winners coming from it in the way it was going back and forth. It was turning golf into like, I don't know, football, like really dramatic. But if you looked at the way you did have winners and losers, to me, the PGA was winning. The only real argument Liv had was Brooks Koepka, who, when I watched Full Swing.
Shout out Netflix.
I could see more of a reason as to why he left. He wasn't in a good place, and he just wants to play against the best golfers in the world, and that's where he's at his best. Other than Brooks, I don't think they had anything going for him. Even Cam Smith, after he won the Open, he's not managed to do anything since. I don't know if he's on a bit of a downslope and he's coming back up again.
Well, this is the thing.
Let me just make a point on that. If they'd have waited them out, I know they've got bags and bags and bags of money, and they were willing to throw bags and bags and bags of money at things. But the PGA Tour was still the most watched. It was still the most active. It still had the biggest names in golf. You had the likes of Rahm, Scheffler, Rory, who really are genuinely the best golfers in the world. And if the PGA feel the need to be drawn into a merger, I'm thinking about what the weaknesses in it was. Because if only one was going to survive, from my perspective, it wasn't going to be Liv.
Money talks, doesn't it? And there's rumours today that Jon Rahm was very close to signing a deal for Liv.
Oh, yeah?
So that was, Liv were chasing the big names. Some of them were turning, or their ears, they were listening at the very least. So the merger to me makes sense, because it's just an opportunity to unify the golfing world, and also get that investment. And while Rory said something along the lines of, at least they now get to control how that money's spent.
Yeah. The PGA Tour, they couldn't keep up the prize purses they needed to have the financial, to cover the financial gap between Liv and the PGA Tour. They made elevated events, bigger purses, etc. That wasn't sustainable. The PGA Tour's never generated that amount of money. Also, I think the litigation suits, played a massive part in it. They didn't want, Tiger's been quoted in an interview, and he said, get rid of Greg Norman and the litigation suit and we'll talk. So I think that the PGA Tour weren't, personally, as soon as the likes of Rory, say now this battle went on for like another 5 years, as soon as Rory and JT and Spieth start to dwindle off, the PGA Tour would have crumbled. I think it's only Tiger and Rory that have really, really anchored the PGA Tour to where it is. I think, personally. Like I say, Jon Rahm just won the Masters, so he's playing the Masters every year. He won the US Open, so he was playing, so with the Masters you get the Masters, but you also get, you get other majors. British Open he was qualified for anyway through the Masters win. And then if you don't, you can just go through qualifying for that. So from Jon Rahm's point of view, if he's not getting what he needs from just regular tour events, he's in all the majors, it was only the Ryder Cup that was probably holding him back from signing with Liv.
I think a major player was Brooks Koepka. He was without him. I said a while ago that if Liv were going to win a major, it needed to be this year. It needed to be soon and needed to be fresh whilst they were all still in them and whilst they all had a shout in them. And Brooks is just a different animal. That's the problem. Because if you remove Brooks, yeah, you had one or two others that made a bit of a show in the Masters. But like we said, who gives a fuck about Patrick Reed? I don't care if that guy finished first. I wouldn't give a shit about the Masters that year. He's a nobody. Nobody wants to hear from him. But Brooks came and he made the point, which was, I'll be fresh for the majors. And now I think that has really rocked the boat with the PGA, because there will be a top pros going, I didn't expect Brooks to come out as like that, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. It'll be exciting though. I think it's the best thing for golf. This product, where you had the divide before is like we've all three of us have said there now, Liv wasn't a good product, but there were some people, there was a market for that. Some people loved the
I think they were lying.
Format.
I genuinely think they were lying.
But regardless of their line or not, they would come out and say they loved that format, and then there were some people who said they hated it and liked the PGA Tour format. So you got two different sets of golf fans liking two different products there. At least with this one, they're going to be forced to like the same product. And I think they will as well, because I think it'll be great.
One thing I want to touch up on about 1 week, maybe not this week, is actually how Jon Rahm did destroy Brooks Koepka.
Yeah.
That was
good. I like Brooks. I really like Brooks. He's the only one.
Yeah, I like Brooks.
That I actually would choose to root for in the major.
No, I think a lot of them made good points. When you watch Full Swing, Ian Poulter, I had a lot of respect for. I can't see anyone making a different decision to Ian Poulter. I'm sure he could tell you himself, and when he does listen to this, inevitably he might have an opinion on it. But he couldn't compete, could he, on the PGA Tour? Simple. And he's achieved so much in his career, which you never really thought he would. And he just thought, yeah, what? Make millions from playing on a different tour? Well, still give me money. No brainer. So I understood a lot of them.
I can't blame that, to be fair. But we'll see next week, because when this episode comes out, like I said, it's June 8th today, this episode will come out when we project interest.
Why are you asking me? You're the one with the reins now.
By the time this episode's out, it will be the US Open, the beginning of the US Open. So I think the three of us, as well as anyone listening, should make our predictions. How about we go one European, one American, and one World? Is it World that is the President's Cup team? It's sort of Australia.
No, President's Cup is Australasia, yeah. Yeah, so they could be...
We'll go World. We'll go World.
But not European or American.
Yeah. No. American, European,
can I choose two Americans?
World. Oh, no. Yeah, obviously. Right, okay. Who wants to go first? Liam, you're the oldest. And look it too. Come on.
I'm going to go with Jon Rahm for the European.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah. And who's just Victor Hovland, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Great shout.
He's a shout as well. No, I'm going to stick with Jon Rahm.
Rambo.
Yeah, Rambo. Love him. Colin Morikawa. I think he's got to make...
Can you do us a favour then? Will you try and take longer?
You're putting me on the spot with calling the winners.
That's the whole point, mate.
Jon Rahm, Colin Morikawa, and Cam Smith.
Okay. Me next. I'm going to go Rory. I'm going to go Spieth.
Yeah, baby.
And rest of the world, I don't know. Someone completely random. Jason Day, maybe.
Yeah. So I have to back McIlroy to the hilt. I'm gonna, McIlroy for me every day.
Have you ever thought about not backing him?
No, never.
Every time you do,
because he might win.
No, I would rather not see him win a major and me back him his whole career than him win one when I don't back him. So McIlroy, Rest of the world, I'm going to go different to you, Tris. My mind was Jason Day, but I think Siwoo Kim could do well.
Yeah, there's always some Asian up there or thereabouts.
He could do well. He played well last week in the Memorial, just had a bad last round. And then an American, am I stupid in saying Brooks? That guy literally lives for the majors. Yeah. He lives for the majors. So Brooks, McIlroy and Siwoo Kim.
Where is it?
It is is it Brookline Country Club? I'll find out now.
Okay, well, she'll find it out. We will start the draw to a close. So that was it for episode 1. Coming back. We're looking forward to it. Don't know what next week has in store. What is it, Josh?
LACC, can't believe I forgot that. Los Angeles Country Club.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
First time
have you heard that before?
No.
Should be good.
Okay, right. So we'll see you next week. And do you say this will be out before the US Open, Josh?
Tis.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Thank you, Liam, for coming on. We'll be seeing you more this season, hopefully alongside Jack, where that episode will probably turn into me and Tristan taking the back seat and them going at each other's throats with kisses. No, just with absolute grief at each other's golf game. So I'm looking forward to that one. Go on, what are you going to say?
In any major competition this year, Jack will not finish above me.
Ooh, right.
And what we got left?
Note of that.
We have Club Championship this weekend. We've got the Town Cup in July. We've got Captain's Day in July. We got the Champion of Champions, which, by the way, I'm already qualified for.
Got that
Champion of Champions is if you win a board competition or get top three, you automatically qualify.
And you've already so you beat him. You haven't beat him anything yet, but you beat him in the singles, match play singles. You're further than him in that. He's knocked out, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Did you go through? Well, I think Jack's got a lot of explaining to do when he comes on. I'm sure his Eagles will sort that out, but yeah.
Right. Well, we did say bye, and then we've had another half an hour there. Okay, see you in a bit.